So we previously looked at the gradient effect that can be applied to a shape to create a color gradient. However, this is somewhat limited if the shape is going to be animated. If you have a shape that's changing shape over the course of its animation, the gradient effect doesn't automatically change with it. You would have to animate the gradient separately. In this lesson, we're going to look at a feature called color points. That lets you achieve a similar gradient effect, but in a way that gives you more control, though it does take more work to set up. If you have a shape, you can select a point or group of points, and then switch to the color point tool over here. Then the toolbar up here associates a color with that point. And then that point will sort of radiate that color according to the strength setting here. You can typically lower the strength setting well below 1. Then that can blend with the original color of the shape. Or if you want, you can assign other colors to other points of the shape using the Color Points tool. And now when the shape changes, those points are still emitting their colors in their new positions. So let's look at how we might use this in a powerful way. So here we have a face, and let's add some color to the edges of the ears. First of all, I'm going to add an additional line to the ear that will give us more control. I'm going to use the Add Point tool to draw an additional line near the edge. But now I need to make sure this line is actually part of the ear shape. So I'm going to use the Delete Shape tool to delete the existing ear shape, and then select all those lines and use the Create Shape tool to make all those lines a single shape. I want it to have both a stroke and a fill. Now that just gave it the default colors of white and black, but fortunately in the advanced mode of the style palette, I can set the style back to the skin colors that I have saved. And it also put the stroke color on that new inner line, which I don't want, so I'm just going to use the Hide Edge tool to hide the stroke on that inner line. Now I'm going to select the outer points of the ear and save that selection as a group with a name just in case. And now with the Color Points tool, I'll give a warmer color to those points. And I think I'm also going to lower the color strength on those points. Then the advantage of this inner line is that since these points don't have a color point color, we can move them to adjust how far the color extends from the edges. If the color is looking blotchy, you can add additional points with the Add Points tool. If it's between two color points, it will automatically have the same color point value. Then I'll make a reference layer and flip it to make the other ear. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how you might use color points. You could use this to add shadows or highlights as well, either along the edge or an invisible inner line. Next, we're going to look at one more important technique we'll be using in making our artwork, and that's masks. We'll look at that in the next video. I'll see you there.